name Joe. I'm doing a special request. I got a request from a Jasper426 that's been following me for several years. Thank you very much. And he asked me to do a video about any tips I can give on playing live and playing on stage. And like Steve Clark, the biggest reason I got into playing guitar is I wanted to play in front of people. And there's no greater feeling than watching a crowd digging what you're doing on a guitar. So I hope I can give some tips that'll help. My area of knowledge has to come with, I played mostly in cover bands. We did a couple originals, but I never really did an all original set. So I'm talking in reference to how you could be a better cover band and still do some originals. Played in full bands with another guitar player. I've been in bands I was the only guitar player, and right now I do a duo with another great guy named Will Young, and he plays keyboards and I play guitar. That's what you see on Live, our diversity band. So let's get started. The most important thing when playing live is practice, 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 and practice. There's a reason I said practice 4 times, because there's 4 types of practice I want you to do. The first practice, when you're practicing with yourself. A lot of times guitarists, we tend to think that the most important part of guitar is getting our technique up and doing fast stuff, you know. You know what? That's not the most important thing you can do on guitar. The most important thing you need to learn on guitar is playing in time. I can't stress that enough. If you play in time, people will dig you. If you play the right note at the right time, that's 10 times more important than fitting as many notes as you can in a certain small space. For instance, Yngwie Malmsteen's got technique for days. Tremendous, tremendous player. And I'm not saying he doesn't play in time. He does. But what I'm saying is, the majority of the world isn't going to resonate with what he does. When B.B. King, who plays probably as fifth as fast as Yngwie Malmsteen, when he died, the whole world cried. Because he plays the right note at the right time. The rock players that are really legends, like the Jimmy Pages, the Jimi Hendrix, all had a tremendous sense of timing. So you want to get your timing down. The best way to do it is to play with a metronome, where it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of people don't have that. It's boring, it's hard to do, but it's worth the wait. If you can't do that, play along with an album. For me, I'd get out the Pyromania album. I'd do that. Play along with the drummer and the album. Now, that'll get to you sometimes too, because you feel you can't improvise as much because the songs are, you know, short in that amount of time. Next thing to do is go to open mics. Go to open mic jams, and that'll give you experience playing with other people, playing with drummers, and it will really help your timing because you'll learn how to play with another drummer. So that's the number one thing to help you in your guitar playing, is to make sure you're playing in time. The second thing you want to do is, when you're in another band, is also get together individually with the other bandmates. Get with the other guitar player. You can work out together harmonies. You know, when he's playing a third in the scale, you play the fifth. Thin Lizzy did that a bunch, and it adds stuff to it. A lot of great solos, Round and Round. You know, Robin Crosby and Warren DeMartini did harmonies for solos. A lot of them bringing on the Heartbreak. That's Pete Willits and Steve playing harmonies for solos. The Hysteria solo. Work with the other guitar player so you can get a chemistry together. Work with the bass player so you and him can get chemistry together, and he could create more interesting bass lines if he knows what you're going to do on the guitar. So that's another thing I would recommend. The biggest thing I'd also recommend, work with the singer. The reason I say that is learn to do harmonies, and I can't stress this enough. This is going to make you invaluable to the band if you learn how to sing. And a lot of times people say, well, I don't have a voice. Understand something. Everyone has a voice. Everyone speaks in notes. It doesn't mean you'll have the tonal quality to win American Idol, but you can, if you know about guitar, you can sing presentable enough that you can do harmonies and be a background singer that really enriches the sound. For instance, let's say for Photograph, you know, it's, so that's a B. Photograph, photograph. That's a harmony. The next note is an E, F sharp. Photograph. You know, there's a G. Photograph. All those can go together and you can put the harmonies. All the harmonies are the different notes of the chord that's being played, what you're singing over. So once you learn that, tune your voice to that chord, you can get the harmonies and melodies going. That's going to make you invaluable to the band if you can just sing in some backup. Look what Vivian Campbell did for Def Leppard. It's not as much as his guitar playing. Not saying he's not a great player, he's a great player. But because he came through, he sings tremendous harmonies. Now they're singing 3-part harmonies, and vocally they sound the best they haven't been. Even though they've tuned down in their 60s, they're the best singing band out there from their generation because he could bring that singing in. So practice with the other individual members of the band. I don't think it's as important to do it with the drummer as much per se, because that's hard to do, but with everyone else, do it. The third thing is, as a band, when you get together, before you practice, I can't stress this enough, don't everyone show up at the same time. And the reason I'm saying that is, come step by step. So one guitar player, you the guitar player, tune yourself. So you tune by yourself with no distractions. You know everything's ready to go. Let another guitar player tune up. Let the bass player tune up. Let the drummer get his stuff off. So when you go to play, you're not noodling and everyone's like, shh, I can't hear, shh, I can't hear. You got it all straight so you can get together and start. The second thing is, when you first play new songs or songs you're learning, play at a low volume that you can talk over. That way you'll know if there's any mistakes being made. You see what I'm saying? If you're playing at a loud volume, you can't hear mistakes. And one thing I can stress, it's very hard to break bad habits once you get used to doing them, especially if you do them in practice. So you want to go in there, play over low volume, everyone can hear what's being played, and if something needs to be addressed or played differently, you can spot it then. Then you want to play loud. You want to play as loud as you're going to play in front of other people. And the reason for that, you'll start finding out that some things work at a low volume, but they don't work at a live volume. Especially, for instance, when I play here. I'm playing here clean. Now when I play with effects on it, I can have a lot of distortion coming back when I have the echo. So you might find when you play loud, you can only put that chorus effect when you're doing your solos, but you can't do it when you're doing rhythm because it'll kick and feed back. Those are only the type of things you're going to learn when you play at a low volume and when you play at a high volume. The last practice is what you do as your guitar player before you get on stage. For me, the biggest thing is I have a couple of routines I go through that I know if I get through, I'll be okay. For instance, for leads, I'll do the modes going down. So I'll do that. I'll do the modes and get those right. Once I get that right, I know I'm okay. Sometimes I'll do a solo. Steve Clark's technical solo for the Ride Out for Bringing On the Heartbreak. Once I get that little lick there, I know, okay, I got it. You see what I'm saying? So have your own standard of what you go, a crazy train. So I do some tapping things, some modes going up and down the neck, Steve solo, and once I know that, it gives me the confidence to go out. The second thing I want to stress is pick your songs carefully. You don't want the first song that you play, the most technical, difficult song to play in your set. You want it to be high energy, get the crowd into it, but something moderate so you can work up so you know you'll have your chops ready in doing that. Also, you don't want all your hits in the front, you don't want all your hits in the back, you don't want to blow your load so no one has nothing to look forward to, and you don't want to make people sit and wait till they get the great stuff in the back, but spread them out. Spread out the tempo so you'll have a lot of energy during the show. These are the best tips that I got that I can give you. If there's any other questions you have, please send me a message. I want to thank Jasper426 again for the suggestion, and Hurricane Joe, and I'll be making some covers for you pretty soon. Thank you.